everybody, it's Alicia from Kay's Crazy Critters, and today I have Patrick. Patrick is a young sulcata tortoise that we are having some issues with. So I've been hearing a little like wheezing coming out of him, and lately, which he's not very happy about me picking him up, he's been blowing bubbles out of his little nose. I don't think he's probably not going to do it now, but sometimes animals, especially reptiles, get respiratory infections. Respiratory infections can be highly contagious. They can also be caused by simple husbandry mistakes, meaning you have a tortoise, you keep him cool, he can develop a simple respiratory infection. Oh, there you go. You're making sounds now. Or like if I had my one Brazilian boa, she ended up getting loose and the temperature dropped. She didn't have her high humidity and she got a respiratory infection. Sometimes these are easily fixed simply by correcting your husbandry. So in this instance, raising a temperature for a tortoise, increasing your humidity for some, decreasing for some. So it all depends on the species we're dealing with. But right now we're dealing with Patrick, the sulcata tortoise. Say hi there, Patrick. So Patrick's normally a pretty active guy, loves to eat and everything, but like I said, lately I've been hearing a little wheezing. He seems a little lethargic. And then I started noticing the bubbling of his nose. So I took him to work, and he definitely has a respiratory infection. We had a couple of options. One, we could attempt to take blood and see what his complete CBC looks like, a complete blood count. But he is very strong, which is a great thing. So that means he's not very sick. So we're going to hold off on doing that. The other thing is we do a nasal swab, which is I take a sterile nasal swab from a lab, and I go ahead and I go against his nose and get the discharge from his nose or even from his mouth. Keep it sterile, put it in here, and we send it off to a lab. And then they can tell me what type of bacteria and usually how to treat it. So it's almost like it's a diagnostic tool. But we're going to hold off on that because both of those things are pretty expensive. We are going to start from the beginning. We increased his heat. He's now quarantined, so he's away from his the other tortoise. And that way I can definitely monitor everything he's doing, from making sure there's no other bodily function, funky stuff coming on. I could just see how much he's eating, how much he's going to the bathroom, and making sure no one else gets sick too. But what we are going to do with this guy is weekly weigh-ins. We want to make sure that he stays the same weight. He's not losing it. As soon as he starts dropping weight, we know we need to get him to the hospital, get some blood, which means we might either have to... No, she's not going to like this. Oh, he's like, nope. Oh, there's his little bubbles are coming out now. Now that he's mad. You hear that? So that's not normal. They can make some like wheezing and little sounds, but that right there isn't normal. But if we did have to go ahead... See, he's going to try hiding from me now. So see, he's pretty strong. So we're not going to try taking blood from his jugular. So we might have to sedate him for that. But that's only if we're not seeing any type of treatment that's going to get better. Now what I'm going to do though is we are going to give him an injection, an IM injection called enrofloxacin or Batril, which is an antibiotic. And it's a pretty strong antibiotic that we're going to do every 5 days into his muscle, which I'm going to have one of my kids kind of come on over here and help me. Another thing we might do is a vitamin B12 injection. Vitamin B12 is a very good way to increase the appetite, kind of give him a little extra spunk. Oh, here comes Kaden. So it's going to kind of give him a little extra... You going to help me out here? All right. So I'm going to have to hold them for me, okay? So the vitamin B12 is going to give him a little extra spunk, all right? But we are just going to start with one injection now, which is going to be an eye injection of Baytril. So Caden's going to hold on to him for me. I am going to try to see if I can get this on camera for you a little bit. All I'm going to do, now he's not going to like this, okay? Ready, Caden? You're going to hold on. Is we're going to go, and he's going to fight me. Yep, there he goes. He's like, nope. But we're still going to go. And we're just going to go. There we go. You're going to pull out the needle. I would try massaging it, but he said no. I'm going to make sure we recap the needle. We got him real quick. All right. So that way no one gets poked by it. All right. And that is it. That's a simple antibiotic injection. So I'm not going to torture him by giving him the B12. If he seems to become lethargic, he doesn't want to eat, then I might use the B12 to kind of stimulate him, because the B12 helps with metabolic disorders, genetic disorders. It kind of gives you a little bit of an energy boost. So that's why a lot of people like the B12. All right, there you go. You're not mad at me. Are you mad at me? I think he might be mad at me. So hopefully we'll see a little bit. Usually after like 2 or 3 injections, you kind of see a bit of improvement. But that's going to be about it. So hopefully this just shows you, or you got a little bit of information, and wish Patrick some good luck. All right. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.